Are you ready for me?
Yeah.
I'm grating lemons again, aren't I? You said to me the other day I spend a lot of my life grating lemons. Yeah. Well, I'm doing a really lovely, quick pasta dish for lunch today with kind of what we have, which is a couple of manky lemons, a bordering on manky courgette, some frozen smoked salmon, some frozen spinach, which is, I've just remembered I've been defrosting in the microwave, and this lovely pasta I wanted to try, actually, these little baby pastas, and some herbs. Quick bit of lunch. What do you think of that, Mr. Hackett?
My mouth is watering already.
Excellent. Well, that's what I like to hear. So I've got boiling water. Excuse my limp. I've got a very bad knee. Very bad knee today. I'm just going to put half a lemon into my water because I want it to flavour my pasta water with lemon. And I'm just going to put now, as you know with me in pasta, I never knowingly undercater with pasta, don't I? I never know in my entire life, or I've never known in my entire life, of culinary genius, how much pasta to cook per person. Never know. So I just put it all in. Little, you know, quite a lot's going in. Half a packet, that'll do, won't it? Give it a stir. Like that. And then boil it. Boil it till it's cooked. About 8 minutes, I think. Can't read it, it's on the back of the packet, and it's probably in Italian. Anyway, 8 minutes, would be lovely. 8-10 minutes, something like that. So while that's boiling, and do let me know if it boils over, won't you, John? I'm going to grate my lemon zest. So what else goes into this? One manky courgette, or if you do have one that is unmanky, that's absolutely fine. This is the last, hopefully, that we buy because ours are just beginning really well now to come through in the garden. So I'm going to cut this. I'm not going to ribbon it. Do anything fancy with it. I'm going to cut it into little pieces because that kind of matches the little pasta we're using. All right, that's the idea behind that. So really, it's kind of like a fork, but it's very easy to eat. You haven't got strings of courgette with little pieces of pasta. You should do that if you had spaghetti, but not with this. So I'm just going to cut some little cubes, and I'm going to fry these in a touch of olive oil and a little bit of butter. Okay. So a little bit of butter, touch of olive oil. Shove that on the stove, and then you come back because I would have retrieved my spinach, and then I would have got ready with my smoked salmon as well. Let's come back. You can go now. Go. So I got some lovely herbs from the garden. Basil, parsley. Oh, it's not very good parsley. It's a bit. Well, anyway, it's kind of towards the end of its existence. And some lovely basil. Do you know something's been at my basil, John? Something's been nibbling my basil. Do you think it's one of the hedgehogs? We have 2 hedgehogs. Okay, we had one hedgehog which we named Spike.
But then he was a bit of a bully last night, wasn't he?
He was. He turned into Spike Tyson last night. Because he bullied our other one, which your daughters have named Spinach. So we have Spike Tyson and Spinach, the hedgehogs. John feeds them every night, has special hedgehog food, takes them out, and at dusk you can hear them in the bedroom munching. It's very sweet. But yes, last night there were hedgehog wars out there. So maybe my hedgehog's been nibbling at my basil as well. It's very ungrateful considering we're getting proper food, attacking the basil.
Personally, I don't think. They've got snails, slugs and hedgehog pellets to eat.
They do.
So
they do. And actually, we don't have a problem with slugs in the courgettes, do we? Because of our fantastic hedgehogs. They eat all the naughty slugs in the garden. So I haven't had a problem with them at all this year on my courgettes. They've been lovely, but something has been nibbling my basil. I don't know what that is. All right, so basil and chives are chopped up. We have in here, do you remember I mentioned the spinach? This is leaf spinach, which you buy frozen, completely brilliant to keep in your freezer because, you know, you can just take out a couple of pellets and pop them into a curry or a stew or anything. We'd use it for something like pasta. It's just really good to have around. You just need to defrost them either overnight or during the day or in the the microwave, and then just squeeze out any excess water, because there's quite a lot. Look, and you can just see tons of that coming off there. Tons and tons of water. So squeeze that off. We've got that. And then in the freezer, I have some smoked salmon. So I'm just going, this is still frozen actually, but it doesn't matter. I'm just going to slice it. Hopefully there isn't plastic in between the layers. I don't think there is. No, I think we're all right. Don't obviously do that if you have got plastic between the layers of the smoked salmon. So I'm just going to cut those into little pieces, and we're going to fry them, because for me, smoked salmon is so much better fried. I prefer it. So courgettes are done. I'm going to toss in my salmon, then my spinach, herbs, and this is a really thick Greek yogurt. This actually is a Greek yogurt with double cream in it. A little bit naughty, a little bit cheeky, but it's delicious, and so hopefully it won't split as I mix it all together. Put a bit of lemon juice in, salt and pepper, lemon zest. Lemon zest, that hasn't fallen out of my zester. And that is it. That is a really quick, simple pasta, lovely, light, summery pasta dish. So, do you want to follow me to the stove, Mr. Hackett? Yeah, so just popping the pieces of the smoked salmon in. They're actually in layers, but that will all, look, you see, they'll just sort of come apart as they heat up. The taste of cooked smoked salmon is so lovely, because it just brings out the smokiness and firms up the flesh. Really delicious. Sometimes with smoked salmon and me, we don't always like each other, because I find it a little bit fleshy. But when I cook it, it's just deeper. It's got a lovely deep smoke to it. Just stir that around, let that cook down. For a couple of minutes. That's cooking down really nicely now. The salmon's kind of come out of its thick layers to show lots of little slices. And it's browning, and it's gorgeous, and that smell, do you like it? Do you like the smell? Pretty fab, eh? So I'm just going to break up the spinach. This fab leaf spinach. Just break it into pieces. I think I had about 6-7 pieces out of the frozen spinach bag for this. Obviously you can use fresh if you want to, if you've got it to hand. You might just give a little bit more liquid as it wilts down. That's all been stirred in. Okay, give that a second while I go and get the rest. So, turn the heat down a little bit. I'm going to add this Greek yogurt creme fraiche mixture, or Greek yogurt and double cream mixture. So I don't know how this is going to react. It might split slightly, but I'll just keep the heat low. It might be alright. If it does split, it doesn't do any problems to the flavour, it's just not as aesthetically pleasing. So we're going to add to that bit of lemon. All that lovely lemon zest. So can you imagine how bright this flavour is now? It's really lifted it. I just need to stretch across you, honey bun. Or I'll stretch behind you actually. You carry on there. Just put some salt in. Not too much, because don't forget, smoked salmon is quite salty, so you don't need a lot. Lots and lots of black pepper, like tons of black pepper. It's really going to lift this whole dish again. That's a little bit of heat. Stir all that in. Okay. It has slightly split, that'll be alright. And that's probably more to do with the lemon. I'm going to add as well to it now some herbs. All those lovely herbs I chopped up. A few more. Like that. So ideally, if you're making this at home, we don't have any at the moment, use just creme fraiche. Okay, let's have a little look. See what my pasta's doing. This looks good. Oh, that's hot. Oh, that's hot. Yeah, that just needs 1 more minute. Tell you what though, that lemon's made such a difference to that pasta flavour. It's given us a really lovely lift. So just give it 1 more minute and come back. There we go. So just taking the pasta straight from the pan into the frying pan. And that will probably just take a little bit of the pasta water in as well, which is not a problem, that just helps to sort of the pasta to coat the sauce. Or the sauce to coat the pasta even, actually. I like it. Oh, right, Lottie. One last piece. Yes, stir that all together. I can't do that. You know that chefy thing when they lift it up and they flick it? I've never been able to do it. So I'm not even going to try now. I'm going to use my spoon. Probably like every other person across the country who does the same. Alright, doesn't that look gorgeous? I think that looks totally scrumptious. Beautiful summer salmon dish. Lunch is served, Possum. Are you
I'm very excited.
Oh my goodness me, that is lovely. Lunch might need a little bit of lemon juice just on there. Won't do it any harm. Again, just lifts it a little bit. Try and avoid getting any pips in. Alright, so just serve that up. Into some bowls. Just wipe that lemon juice off my fingers. See what I mean about the pasta? I just overdo it. But actually, I fancy that you might eat all this anyway, so I don't think it's actually going to be a problem, is it? So it's just a little bit more in here. Okay. Final, make it look really pretty. We're going to just do a little bit of fresh basil over the top. Again, just add some more flavour to it. I've got these lovely, in my other pot of basil, I have some little flowers that are sprouting, which ideally you don't want. You don't want your herbs to go to flower because then they lose their freshness really, but it's pretty. So we've got a little basil flower, and then some more of my little calendula flowers which I grow, these marigolds I grow especially to use in salads with petals to make them really pretty. So just put that over, and I've decided to put orange and yellow in there. Again, that just adds more colour. Here we go, job done, my love. Nice bit of lunch for you. Right, I'm going to try it. But I'm not going to mess up the pretty picture, I'm going to take it out of the pan. So let's give it a go. You're going to like this lunch. We can sit outside, in the garden, in the sunshine, have a glass of rosé and be really sophisticated. And we'll have another glass of rosé and it'll go downhill. Yeah. And then we'll have a nap.